those who have ears to hear, let them listen. So I want to talk about the issue with people around my age. All of us seem to be going to church hoping for future wife. Okay, well, that's great and all, and I think that's good. That shouldn't be the end goal. Okay, because when that's your end goal, then the devil's gonna know exactly how to distract you. And what if God has bigger plans for you? Okay, Apostle Paul says in one of the Corinthians, he talks about how that the single people are in a better position because they have more opportunity to dedicate their time and to dedicate all their resources to the Lord, to serving the Lord. And that's very much true, right? I would not be able to make as many videos as I make right now if I had a girlfriend, because I know myself and I know I'd be wanting to talk to her all the time. Okay. Also, here's some warning, okay? Because the devil knows exactly what you want, just as much as God does. And God wants to give you good things, but he wants to give it in the perfect timing, all right? And you will know when you meet your person. You will know when it happens. It's just going to, like my dad always says, when he met my mom, there was just no doubt in his mind that he knew that that was supposed to be. And same with my mom, right? That's how it happens. But when you're trying to rush the process with the devil, he will provide you something that could even be a good thing, but just not in the right time, right? Because we're always saying, oh, being in a relationship's a good thing, even though if you look at Apostle Paul says it's kind of not. Well, it is, but it's also not. You know what I mean? Like, it's good when it's good, and it's good in the right time, and it's good when the man is leading and the woman is supporting, and it's just like, there's a way that it's supposed to be. And if you're not ready for that, if you're not financially ready for that, if you're not spiritually ready for that, if you're not physically ready for that, if you're not emotionally ready for it, don't do it. Okay? And so when you're wanting it so bad, that's the time that you know you shouldn't be getting into relationships. That's when you know you should be leaning on the Lord to satisfy you. You leaning on the Lord to fulfill your heart, because the Lord can fulfill your heart, and he will. All you got to do is just press in and spend some time with him, right? And have that always be on your mind. The thing about the kingdom of heaven is that's always what's got to be on your mind. Like, it's a mental thing. Kingdom of it's not that we can see it, you know. It's about your emotions, about the fruit of the Spirit, it's about what you're thinking about. And so when you rush the process with the devil, it could even be a good thing, but what it would do is it make you complacent, it make you happy where you're at, it make you not want to go too far, not want to take them big risks that you need to take in order to accomplish the big goals that God has for you, the big plans he has for you. Sometimes it requires a period of singleness, and sometimes it could be a long time. And we think, it's going to suck. But guess what? As soon as it happens, you're not going to be hating on how long it took. You're just going to be glad about how it happened. You know what I mean? You're not going to be thinking about it. Like, it's going to be perfect, because God's timing is perfect, and his gifts are perfect as well. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a hope and a little bit more perseverance, because I know it's hard, because this generation and this day and age, especially right now, is geared toward lust. Everything is towards lust. Even the church is geared towards lust. It's like people got couples. I feel like every time I go to church, all I see is couples. I was walking into a church one time, and I heard this guy greeting somebody, and he's like, "Oh," it's a couple right beside me. He's like, "Oh, extra points for holding hands." You know, in my head, I just kind of like got sad a little bit. Just like, temptation is everywhere for it, because that's what the world is revolved around. Because people just want you to be fat, happy, lazy, and content. The Lord wants none of that. He wants you to be content, but content in him, not in the world, not in the physical, not in the flesh. This flesh is nothing. We are only cursed to live in this flesh for a certain amount of days, certain amount of time. So make the most out of it, and bring the most glory that you can with it back to God, right? And guess what? Maybe no one really knows what heaven's going to look like, right? And people always say, "Oh, there's no marriage, there's no nothing." I don't necessarily believe that. I think that heaven is going to be it's going to be the perfected version of Garden of Eden. And what was in the Garden of Eden? Adam and Eve, right? I think that if you don't find your person on this side of heaven, then you will when Jesus comes back and the world is perfected. But that's my opinion. It could be wrong. Who knows? But because it's never really says in the Bible, as far as I know. I'm still digging to find out if I gotta wait until after I die. But we'll see. You know what I mean? And guess what? If that's what has to be, that's what has to be, and it is what it is. Okay? Because guess what? His gifts are perfect. So wait for them. Wait for his gifts. You don't want to settle for something and then realize later on down the road that it could have been better. You want to settle for something now, realize later on down the road that God wanted you more from you. I want to get to heaven and for God to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. That's what I want, more than anything else. And that's what everybody should want. Not just like, oh, you made it barely. Good job, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's all going to be okay. I promise you that. It's all going to be okay. Even if it's not in this life. The next life is going to be more than okay. It's going to be perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect. But in the next life, everything is going to be perfect. And guess what? It's for all of eternity. For a very, very long time. Your days will not be numbered because there's no end. It's going to be so cool.